The International Court of Justice is holding public hearings from the 19th to the 26th of February on the request for an advisory opinion regarding the legal consequences arising from the policies and practices of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory, including Jerusalem. 52 countries are jointly presenting evidence in this landmark case. On the 23rd of February, Indonesian Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi gave her oral statement at the ICJ to support the advisory opinion on Palestine. In response, the Free West Papua Campaign and other Indigenous activists gathered in a demonstration outside the ICJ to shed light on Indonesia's own occupation and treatment of Indigenous peoples. GHRTV was present to cover the protest. Estimated 50 to 70 million indigenous peoples. Although Indonesia is a signatory to the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, government officials argue that the concept of indigenous peoples is not applicable since almost all Indonesians are indigenous and have the right to the same rights. As a result, the government has rejected calls for the specific needs of groups that identify themselves as indigenous. West Papua is the western half of the island of New Guinea, bordering the independent nation of Papua New Guinea, and is home to over 250 diverse tribes. During colonial times, when the territory was colonized by the Dutch, West Papua was known as Netherlands New Guinea. As the Dutch began to prepare the people for independence, the name of the emerging independent state was West Papua. Following the Indonesian invasion in 1962, the Indonesian security forces have continued to commit violence and various human rights violations against indigenous peoples. Over 500,000 civilians have been killed in a genocide against indigenous populations. Thousands more have been raped, tortured, imprisoned, or disappeared after being detained. The term Moluccan refers to the various ethnic and linguistic groups native to the Moluccan Islands in eastern Indonesia. The Republic of South Maluku has been fighting for self-determination since 1950, calling on both the Indonesian and Dutch governments to fulfill their previous promises of an independent state. The RMS government has been based in the Netherlands since 1966, fighting for the rights of the indigenous Moluccan peoples, which has similarly experienced many human rights violations, as well as exploitation and oppression by Indonesian authorities.
My name is Francis Janssen. I'm here on behalf of the Moluccan people and also the people from West Papua. We're standing here because the Minister of Foreign Affairs from Indonesia is now at the courthouse. She is now campaigning for the Free Palestine. What's very good because Free Palestine is also a country that's occupied everything. And we are also solidarity with Free Palestine, but Indonesia is occupied also Maluku and West Papua and Aceh. So it's a double standard, double morale. That's why we're standing over here. Started for the Moluccan people, before we were a colony from the Dutch. And in 1950 we proclaimed our own republic. And it's now occupied by Indonesia. And that's why we have no freedom of speech. There's no freedom. And there's a lot of illegal mining, illegal deforestation, illegal land grabbing by the Indonesian government and the big companies of the world.
Hi, I'm Julia Yao. I'm from the Free West Papua Campaign and I'm part of the West Papuan community living in the Netherlands, so part of the diaspora. And my grandfather was a political refugee who came to the Netherlands in 1961 because his country is being occupied by Indonesia. It still is today, so that's why I'm standing here to protest. Indonesia is speaking out against Palestine, but they're also committing genocide in their own colony, basically, so in West Papua, and they're committing genocide against West Papuans. So that's what we need to keep speaking up about. And also, stand in solidarity with Palestine.
Regina Parinusa. Ik sta hier namens het Zuid-Molukse volk. De onderdrukking van Indonesië bezet al sinds 25 april 1950, sinds dat de Republiek Maluku Selatan is geproclameerd. Bezet Indonesië illegaal het grondgebied van de Zuid-Molukken. En dat resulteert in hele erbarmelijke omstandigheden. Onderdrukking, er is geen sprake van vrijheid van meningsuiting, mensenrechten worden geschonden. Tot op de dag van vandaag worden mensen gevangen genomen voor het tonen van de vlag. En dat is waar wij voor staan. De RMS staat voor de vrijheid, vrede en welvaart van het Zuid-Molukse volk. De belangrijkste boodschap is dat wij terugkrijgen het recht op zelfbeschikking, het Zuid-Molukse volk. En dat wij in vrijheid, vrede en welvaart kunnen leven.
The Indonesian government's continuing denial of the rights of the people of Aceh, the rights of the people of West Papua and the rights of the South Maluku people to self-determination reflected in its treatment of said peoples and efforts to stifle their aspirations for freedom is both unjust and contradictory to the principles it publicly endorses on the international stage. As we stand in solidarity with the Palestinian cause, we also call upon the international community to recognize and support the rights of all peoples to self-determination, including those in Aceh, including those in West Papua, and including those in the South Moluccas. And we challenge Indonesia's double standards and hypocrisy in this regard.
En hier een schijnheilig pleidooi houden over mensenrechten, het internationaal recht. Dat is waarom wij hier vandaag staan. Want die geloofwaardigheid doorbreken wij. Maar die kunnen wij alleen doorbreken als wij zelf achter ons moraal staan. En het internationaal recht. En vandaar deze pleidooi. Dat wij solidair staan met alle onderdrukten. En schouder aan schouder strijden voor onze volkeren. En voor het recht op zelfbeschikking. En voor de hypocrisie die de minister van Buitenlandse Zaken vandaag naar voren gaat brengen. En schuilhoudt wat Indonesië al. Laten we de spiegel voorhouden zoals mijn zuster net naar voren bracht aan de Indonesische minister van Buitenlandse Zaken. Want ze is alles behalve geloofwaardig. Laten we elke dag een stem blijven zijn voor onze volk. En elke dag de moed vinden om tijd vrij te maken om een licht te schijnen op onze eigen verhaal. Onze eigen onderdrukking. Want dat is waarom we hier vandaag Maluku! Aceh! Papua! Samoa!
To see for your community in the longer term?
Freedom, just freedom, so that we can be ourselves again.